My sister didn't just steal my wedding dress. She married my fiancé in it, and I was about to make them regret every second of their betrayal. The words still burn in my mind as I step off the elevator into my Chicago apartment, my suitcase dragging behind me like a lead weight. I'm Donna Harper, 32, and I've just returned from a grueling business trip. My body screaming for rest, but my heart buzzing with anticipation for the wedding I've been planning for months. The air feels wrong the moment I cross the threshold. A cloying sweetness hangs in the room. Vanilla, sharp and unmistakable. It's Sophia's perfume, my 28-year-old sister, who's never been one for subtlety. My stomach twists. Why is her scent here? I drop my keys on the counter, my eyes scanning the familiar space. Something's off, but I can't place it. My apartment, usually a sanctuary of clean lines and soft greys, feels violated. I head to my bedroom, my heels clicking against the hardwood, and fling open my closet. My breath catches. The ivory lace wedding dress, the one I spent weeks choosing, the one that made me feel like I could conquer the world when I tried it on. It's gone. My hands tremble as I shove hangers aside, searching for the silk bag it was stored in. But there's nothing. Just an empty space where my future was supposed to hang. Before I can process the theft, my phone vibrates in my pocket, shrill and insistent. It's Rachel Nguyen, my best friend since college, her name glowing on the screen. I answer, my voice tight. Rachel, what's wrong? Donna, sit down, she says, her tone steady, but laced with something heavy like she's bracing for impact. Rachel only sounds like this when the world's about to tilt. My heart pounds, a drumbeat in my chest. What's going on? A pause, then her words hit like a freight train. Sophia and Ethan got married yesterday. In your dress. The room spins. Ethan Caldwell, my 34-year-old fiancé, the man I've loved for 3 years, who promised me forever. Sophia, my sister, who always craved what I had, but never this. I grip the phone, my knuckles whitening. What? I whisper, my voice barely audible. It's all over Instagram, Rachel continues, her voice softer now, like she's trying not to break me further. I tried calling, but your flight was delayed. I thought you knew. I can't breathe. My knees buckle and I sink onto the bed, the mattress creaking under my weight. My mind scrambles, replaying the last few days. Ethan's clipped texts, Sophia's sudden enthusiasm for my wedding plans, their insistence I take this business trip despite the tight schedule. How could I have been so blind? I open Instagram, my hands shaking, and there it is. Sophia in my dress, her arms around Ethan, both smiling like they've won the lottery. The caption reads, "When you know it's meant to be." Sorry, sis. A bitter laugh escapes me, sharp and jagged. They think they've broken me. They have no idea what's coming. The phone slips from my hand, clattering onto the hardwood floor, but I barely notice. My apartment feels like a crime scene, every corner tainted by Sophia's perfume and Ethan's betrayal. I pace the living room, my pulse racing, trying to piece together the puzzle of how my life unraveled in just a few days. Ethan's recent distance, his vague excuses about work, his avoidance of my gaze, suddenly makes sense. Sophia's odd behaviour, her questions about my dress fittings, her insistence on helping with the guest list, clicks into place like a lock turning. They played me, and I walked right into their trap. The doorbell buzzes, sharp and jarring. I freeze, my heart lurching. Who could be here now? I open the door to find Mia Thompson, Sophia's 29-year-old best friend, standing there, her eyes red-rimmed and her hands twisting together. "Donna, I'm so sorry," she says, her voice barely above a whisper. I tried to stop her. I step aside, letting her in, my jaw tight. "Tell me everything, Mia." She hesitates, sinking onto my couch, her guilt palpable. "It was planned for weeks," she admits, her words spilling out like a confession. "Sophia told Ethan you were cheating on him. She showed him fake texts between you and your business partner, Mark. She said you were too obsessed with your career to love him the way he deserved. My fists clench, nails digging into my palms. She lied, I say, my voice low and dangerous. And she stole my spare key to get the dress, didn't she? Mia nods, her eyes downcast. Weeks ago, she wanted to make sure you couldn't stop her. The betrayal cuts deeper than I thought possible, a knife twisting in my chest. Sophia didn't just take my dress or my fiancé. She orchestrated a lie to destroy my life. I inhale sharply, forcing myself to stay calm. The old Donna would have screamed, cried, demanded answers. But I'm not that woman anymore. I'm someone who fights back. They're having a celebration dinner tonight at the Ivy Room, Mia adds, her voice trembling. I thought you should know. A slow smile spreads across my face, cold and deliberate. Good to know, Mia. You should go now. She looks up, startled. You're not going to do anything reckless, are you? I meet her gaze, my eyes steady. Oh, Mia, you should know me better than that. I don't play to lose. After she leaves, I sit at my desk, my laptop open, scrolling through Sophia's Instagram post again. The comments, hundreds of them, range from congratulations to thinly veiled shade. Bold move, girl, one reads. Wow, family drama, another. I laugh, not because it's funny, but because they think this is the end of the story. My phone buzzes with a text from David Martinez, my 45-year-old mentor. Deal sealed. You now own controlling interest in Caldwell Enterprises. Announcement goes public next week. Congrats. My smile widens. Ethan's family company, the one he's been scrambling to save, is mine. The game has just begun. The weight of David's text settles over me like armor. Controlling interest in Caldwell Enterprises isn't just a business win. It's a weapon, and I'm ready to wield it. I lean back in my chair, the city lights glittering through my apartment window, and let the truth sink in. Ethan and Sophia thought they could humiliate me, steal my future, and walk away unscathed. But I'm Donna Harper, and I don't break. I build. My phone buzzes again, this time with a call from Rachel. I answer, bracing for her worry. Donna, you're too calm, she says, her voice sharp with concern. I know you. This isn't good. I pour 2 glasses of wine, sliding one across the counter as she steps into my apartment, her arms crossed. What would you rather I do, Rachel? Scream, cry, throw a tantrum? She hesitates, her dark eyes searching mine. I don't know. Feel something. Oh, I feel something, I say, my voice steady. I feel focused. I feel ready. She sighs, taking the wine. You're terrifying when you're like this. Good, I reply, a small smile tugging at my lips. David arrives an hour later, his briefcase in hand, his expression all business. We need to talk about the gala, he says, spreading papers across my dining table. The announcement of your acquisition is set for next week. Everyone who matters will be there, including Ethan's family. Make sure they all get invitations, I instruct, my tone firm. Make it impossible for them to say no. Rachel shakes her head. This isn't just business, Donna. You want them to see you win. I meet her gaze, unflinching. Why shouldn't they? The next morning, I wake with a plan. I dress in a tailored blazer and heels, my armor for the day, and head to the Crest, the upscale restaurant where Ethan and Sophia are celebrating their sham of a marriage. The maitre d' greets me with a polite smile. Miss Harper, do you have a reservation? Table for 1, I say, my voice smooth as silk. Heads turn as I walk in, the room buzzing with whispers. Sophia sits at the center of a large table, radiant in a dress that isn't mine, her arm linked with Ethan's. She sees me, and her face drains of color. Ethan's jaw tightens, his eyes narrowing. I smile, accepting a menu from the waiter. The lamb here is excellent, isn't it, Ethan? We used to order it every anniversary. The table falls silent, Sophia's friend shifting uncomfortably. Ethan's face pales, his fork frozen mid-air. "Donna," Sophia starts, standing abruptly, her voice shaky. "Don't let me interrupt," I say, my tone light but laced with steel. "I just came for the food." One of Ethan's business associates, clearly desperate to ease the tension, offers, "You should join us." "That's kind, but I wouldn't want to impose," I reply, sipping my water. "Besides, I have work to review before next week's big announcement." Ethan's head snaps up. "What announcement?" I smile, letting the silence stretch. "Oh, you'll find out soon enough. The gala invitation should have reached you by now. It'll be a night to remember." Sophia grabs my arm as I pass her table, pulling me toward the restroom. The door shuts, and she turns to me, her eyes wild. "Donna, please, I know you're angry." "Angry?" I repeat, tilting my head. "No, Sophia, I'm not angry. I'm done." Her voice cracks. "You don't understand." "I understand perfectly," I say, stepping closer. "You lied. You stole. You betrayed me. And for what? A man who was never yours?" She flinches, tears welling. "We didn't mean to hurt you." I laugh, soft and bitter. "Oh, sweetheart, you didn't mean to. You planned this for months, but betrayal has consequences." A knock interrupts us. "Sophia?" Ethan's voice tense. "Is everything okay?" I unlock the door, meeting his gaze. "Everything's fine, Ethan. Just a little sisterly chat." I tilt my head. "By the way, how's the company doing? I heard last quarter's financials were interesting." His expression darkens, but I pat his cheek as I pass. "You should pay more attention, darling." Back at my table, my phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. "We need to talk about Ethan Caldwell. Meet me tomorrow, 10 a.m, Capital Coffee. Ask for Liam." A second message follows. "I have information you'll want before the gala." I stare at the screen, my pulse quickening. Who is this? And what do they know about Ethan? The next morning, I arrive at Capital Coffee 10 minutes early, scanning the crowded cafe. A man in a charcoal suit sits in the corner, his posture relaxed but his eyes sharp. He waves me over. "You must be Donna Harper," he says as I sit. "I'm Liam Carter." I nod, my guard up. "And you must be the mystery texter. What's this about?" He slides a folder across the table, his expression serious. "I'm the external auditor for Caldwell Enterprises. You're going to want to see this." I open the folder, my eyes scanning bank statements, wire transfers and records of money, millions of dollars, funneled out of the company. My stomach tightens. "Ethan's been stealing from his own company," Liam says, his voice low. "But here's the kicker. The money's in accounts under Sophia's name." My breath catches. "Sophia?" He nods. "I don't think she knows. The accounts were created months ago, with transactions Ethan initiated. He's setting her up. If this goes public, he'll claim she was behind it all." The pieces fall together, each one sharper than the last. Ethan didn't just betray me. He's a criminal, willing to destroy Sophia to save himself. I close the folder, my mind racing. "Does the board know?" "Not yet," Liam says. "I was preparing my report when I heard about your acquisition. I figured you'd want to handle this before I go public." My phone buzzes again. It's Mia. I hesitate, then answer. "Donna, Sophia's freaking out," she says, her voice urgent. "She got bank statements for accounts she doesn't recognize. Ethan told her it's a banking error, but she's scared." "Tell her to keep those statements safe," I say, my voice firm, "and tell her not to sign anything Ethan gives her." "Donna, what's going on?" "I'll explain soon," I say, hanging up. I turn to Liam, determination hardening my voice. "We need to move fast. The board meeting is this afternoon. I want Ethan blindsided." Liam smirks. "I like the way you think." Back at Milaments, Rachel and David are waiting, their faces tense. "How bad is it?" Rachel asks as I toss the folder onto the table. "Worse than we thought," I say. "Ethan's not just a liar, he's a criminal." David flips through the documents, his expression unreadable. "If the board sees this, he's done." "Then let's make sure they do," I say. "David, you need to ensure I have their full support when I take over." Rachel crosses her arms. "And Sophia?" I hesitate. "She's a victim in this too. But that doesn't mean I forgive her, not yet." Rachel sighs. "Just don't let revenge be the only thing driving you." "This isn't just revenge," I say, my voice steady. "This is business." The emergency board meeting is set for 3 p.m, and I arrive early, my heels clicking against the polished marble of Caldwell Enterprises headquarters. The boardroom is a fortress of glass and steel, its long table lined with leather chairs. I take my place at the head, my heart pounding, but my face a mask of calm. The members trickle in, senior executives, key investors, Ethan's own father, their faces a mix of curiosity and unease. I nod politely, my hands folded, the folder of evidence hidden in my briefcase. At 3:05, Ethan walks in, his suit impeccable, but his eyes wary. He sees me and freezes, confusion flickering across his face, before turning to suspicion. "What the hell is this?" he demands, his voice sharp. David stands, his tone measured. "We're here to discuss recent financial concerns within Caldwell Enterprises." Ethan scoffs, adjusting his tie. "Financial concerns? Oh, please." Liam enters, setting up his laptop with deliberate calm. "Let's begin, shall we?" Ethan pales. He recognizes him. The moment Liam projects the financial statements onto the screen, the room falls silent. "For the past year," Liam begins, his voice steady, "millions have been siphoned from the company into private accounts under Sophia Bennett's name. However, every transaction was authorized by Ethan Caldwell." Gasps ripple across the table. Ethan stands, his face flushed. "This is ridiculous. My fiancé, wife, wouldn't—" "You mean your wife," I cut in, my voice smooth but razor sharp. "The one you married in my dress." Ethan's fists clench, his composure cracking. Liam clicks to another screen. Emails, transfer approvals, Ethan's digital signature. "This is undeniable evidence of fraud," Liam says, his tone final. Ethan's father stands, his voice trembling. "Is this true?" Ethan stammers, sweat beading on his forehead. I was consolidating funds. It was temporary." I lean forward, my eyes locked on his. "So, Ethan, if you were consolidating funds, why did you make sure every transaction led back to Sophia?" His face drains of colour. He has no answer. The board murmurs, the tide shifting. I seize the moment. Caldwell Enterprises is in crisis. The only way forward is new leadership. Effective immediately, I propose Ethan step down. Ethan's father nods, his voice heavy. I second that motion. One by one, hands go up. Unanimous. Security moves in as Ethan lunges toward me, his voice a snarl. "You think you've won?" They grab his arms, restraining him. I stand, meeting his glare with a slow smile. "Oh, Ethan, I didn't just win. I ended you." They drag him out, his shouts echoing down the hall. The boardroom is silent, the air heavy with the weight of what just happened. I take a breath, my heart still racing, and address the board. "Let's get to work. We have a company to save." Outside the boardroom, Sophia waits, her arms wrapped around herself, her face pale and drawn. She looks like a ghost of the vibrant sister I once knew, her eyes red from crying. "You knew," she whispers as I approach. "You knew all along." "I found out yesterday," I admit, my voice quieter than I expect. "From Liam." Tears spill down her cheeks. "He never loved me, did he?" I sigh, the anger I've held for her softening, just a fraction. He loved what you could do for him. That's not the same thing. She swallows hard, her voice breaking. I don't expect you to forgive me, Donna. I don't know what to do. I hesitate, then pull a card from my pocket. Rachel's, the best fraud lawyer in the city. Call her, I say, handing it to her. Fix this. She stares at the card, then back at me, her eyes searching. And us? I pause, the weight of our history pressing against me. We're not there yet, Sophia. She nods, wiping her eyes. I understand. As she walks away, I feel a flicker of something. Hope, maybe, that we could one day rebuild what she broke. But not today. Today, I have a company to run. Back in my office, Rachel is waiting, her expression unreadable. You okay? She asks, her voice soft. I sink into my chair, the adrenaline fading. I don't know, I admit, but I'm not done. She nods, sliding a file across my desk. You need to see this. I open it. Bank records, testimonies, names. What is this? More victims, Rachel says. Ethan's been pulling this for years, across multiple companies. At least 20 confirmed. The weight of it hits me. Ethan wasn't just a liar or a cheater. He was a predator. I lean back, my mind racing. We need to help them. Rachel nods. I knew you'd say that. A knock at the door interrupts us. Liam steps in, nodding at Rachel before turning to me. You've got someone you need to meet. He leads me to the conference room where a woman sits, her hands folded tightly. This is Sarah, Liam says, my sister, one of Ethan's first victims. Sarah looks up, her eyes sharp but weary. I pull out a chair across from her. Tell me everything. Sarah's story is a mirror of my own, twisted by time and different details. Ethan charmed her, made her believe they were in love, then convinced her to sign for business loans that left her in financial ruin. I thought I was the only one, she says, her voice hollow. I glance at Rachel's file, the names blurring together. You weren't, Sarah swallows, her hands trembling. So what now? We fix this, I say, my voice firm. All of it. Later that afternoon, Sophia shows up at my office, her posture hesitant. I let her in, watching as she fidgets with her sleeve. I met with the fraud lawyers, she says, her voice quiet. They think I can clear my name if I cooperate. Good, I say, my tone neutral. She hesitates, then speaks again. I don't know how to make this right, Donna. You can't, I say simply, but you can try. I slide a folder toward her. She frowns, opening it. What's this? A job offer, I say. Director of the Victims Advocacy Department. Her head snaps up. You want me to lead it? I lean forward, my eyes locked on hers. You've been on both sides of this. You fell for Ethan's lies, but now you know better. Help the others. Tears well in her eyes. Why would you do this for me? Because I'm done letting Ethan ruin lives, I say, including yours. She nods, her voice a whisper. I won't mess this up. Don't, I warn, my tone firm but not unkind. That evening, I find myself on the rooftop of Coolwell Enterprises, the city lights stretching out below. Liam joins me, his presence quiet but steady. You did the right thing, he says, sitting beside me. Which part? I ask, a small smile tugging at my lips. He chuckles. All of it. We sit in silence, the weight of the day settling between us. You know, he says, I don't think Ethan ever realised how badly he underestimated you. I smirk. Men like him never do. The courtroom is silent, the air thick with anticipation. Ethan sits at the defence table in an orange jumpsuit, looking smaller than I've ever seen him. The judge, a stern woman with grey hair, prepares to deliver the sentence. I sit in the gallery, Sophia behind me, Rachel and Liam on either side. Sophia's breath is shaky, her hands clasped tightly in her lap. The defendant has shown a repeated pattern of fraud and manipulation. the judge says, her voice clear. The impact of his actions has been extensive. She continues, detailing the scope of Ethan's crimes. Millions stolen, lives ruined, trust shattered. Taking into account the severity of these crimes, this court sentences the defendant to 15 years in federal prison. A hush falls over the room. Ethan shoots me one last glare as the bailiffs lead him away, his eyes burning with rage. I hold his gaze unwavering, my heart steady. This isn't victory. It's closure. Outside, the press swarms, reporters shouting questions. Miss Harper, how does it feel to see justice served? I stop, turning to the cameras, my voice calm but firm. This was never just about justice. It was about protecting people. It was about making sure no one else suffers at his hands again. The reporters scribble furiously, but I walk away, the weight of the day lifting with each step. Sophia catches up to me, her voice soft. Thank you, Donna, for everything. I nod, my expression softening. Keep doing the work, Sophia. That's what matters. She smiles, small but genuine, and for the first time I see a glimpse of the sister I used to know. The first time I walk into the boardroom as CEO, I expect resistance. Whispers, skeptical glances, maybe outright defiance. Instead, I find respect. The board members, most of whom voted Ethan out days ago, sit in attentive silence as I take my seat at the head of the table. David has prepared briefing documents. Liam has finalised the transition plan, and I've spent the last steaming myself to lead. This isn't about revenge anymore. It's about rebuilding. Let's get started, I say, my voice steady. We have a lot of work to do. The meeting runs like clockwork, every department reporting back, plans taking shape. Ethan's damage won't be easy to undo, but I'm not here for easy. I'm here to win. Afterward, Rachel waits in my office, her expression serious. You need to see this, she says, placing a file on my desk. I flip it open. More bank records, more testimonies, more victims. Ethan's been pulling this for years, Rachel says, across multiple companies. At least 20 confirmed, and we're still counting. I lean back, the scope of it sinking in. Ethan wasn't just a fraud. He was a predator, preying on trust and ambition. We'll help them all, I say, my voice firm. Rachel nods, a small smile breaking through. I knew you'd say that. Later, I meet Sarah again, Liam's sister, in the conference room. Her story haunts me. Ethan's charm, his lies, her ruin. I thought I was alone, she says, her voice steady now, stronger than before. You're not, I say, sliding a folder toward her. We're setting up a fund for Ethan's victims. You'll be one of the first to receive support. Her eyes widen, tears brimming. Thank you, Donna. As she leaves, I feel a shift inside me. This is bigger than me, bigger than Ethan. It's about making things right. The gala is a glittering affair, the ballroom of the Crest filled with Chicago's elite. I stand at the podium, my navy gown catching the light, the weight of the past weeks behind me. The board, the investors, even Ethan's family are here, their eyes on me as I announce my role as CEO of Caldwell Enterprises. The applause is thunderous, but it's the quiet nods from David, Rachel, and Liam that mean the most. Afterward, I find myself on the rooftop again, the city sprawling below. Liam joins me, his presence a steady comfort. You were incredible tonight, he says, his voice soft. I smile, the tension in my shoulders easing. We did this together. He reaches for my hand, his fingers brushing mine. I let them stay, the warmth of his touch grounding me. For the first time in weeks, I feel something close to peace. Not just the absence of pain, but the promise of something new. Days later, I sit in my office, a stack of files on my desk, plans for the Victims Advocacy Department, led by Sophia, who's already proving her commitment. Rachel stops by, her smile wide. "You're building something amazing, Donna." "We're building it," I correct, my voice warm. As I look out over the city, I realize I've won more than a company. I've won control over my destiny, and I'm ready to make it count. Thank you for joining me on this journey of betrayal, resilience, and triumph. Your support means everything, and I hope Donna's story inspires you to keep fighting for what's right. If you loved this tale, please hit that subscribe button and join our community for more stories of strength and redemption. Let's keep telling stories that matter, together.